Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Health Talks. I am your host, Ira Jeannie, and I'm here to meet you wherever you are in your healthcare journey. Today's podcast is going to be a little different. It's going to be audio focused. Sometimes technology will throw a monkey wrench in your way, but we have to still press forward. Also, I will be giving away 5 of my specially made notebooks entitled Believe in Yourself. Each page has a special note on it just for you. So listen until the end and you'll find out how you can get one of these notepads. Today we're going to be discussing the 8 dynamics of wellness. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first one is your physical wellness. Now, when I say physical wellness, it involves movement, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and routine medical care. Now, when it comes to your physical movement, you want to get out and walk 15 to 30 minutes 3 times a week. Now, this is a constant walk. Getting outside in nature is always great. You can walk, listen to this podcast, listen to your music, listen to a book, or just listen to nature. If you can't get outside, you can also move inside. You can walk in place. You can ride your stationary bike if you have an elliptical or a treadmill. You can also put on YouTube, which has many different videos to choose from. And if your movement is restricted, still, YouTube has a lot of videos that you can look at to help you get your movement in for the day. A balanced nutritional diet is going to include reducing your carbs, your fats, and your sweets, increasing your water, your lean meats, and your fruit. There are many different meal plans that you can choose from. Try them all and then put together whatever works for you, because each person is different and we have to choose the things that are going to work for us. Adequate sleep. We're all very busy during the day, and sometimes we don't always get the rest that we need. So we want to make sure that we're scheduling in that downtime to rest so your body can recover and be ready for, a great tomorrow. When it comes to your routine medical care, your yearly physical, your mammogram, your pap smear, your PSA for men, your occult blood, which checks your stool for blood, your routine labs, eye exams, and dental work or dental exams. All these things should be free with your health insurance. If not, check into your local health department to see if they have a program that you can sign up for that will make these tests still free to you or at little cost. Next, we're going to talk about your emotional wellness. Now, this is going to include being self-aware, coping with life stressors, and managing your emotions. As we know, stressors are going to come in this life. The thing is going to be how you react to them. So you want to stop and breathe and think before you respond. Also, you want to make sure that you're scheduling some time to just sit back and reflect and try to figure out what your triggers are. Also, you might want to start to color or journal, or just sit and talk to someone in a safe space where you can get things off your chest. I think that the old saying, or people may still say it to this day, that you need to get things off your chest. What's located in your chest? It's your heart. And a lot of times things are said and done that cut deep, and sometimes you need someone that you can speak to to get those things off your chest. We want to control our emotions and not let our emotions control us. Next, we're going to have your social wellness. Surrounding yourself with supportive relationships and establishing strong boundaries. We want to make sure that we are scheduling time with our loved ones, participating in local groups, and volunteering. We want to make sure that we are actively listening, meaning putting down our cell phones and actually being in the moment. We want to set clear boundaries with no apologies. Let's say, for example, if someone is constantly being late and you know that is something that you do not like, you can let them know that if you continue to be late, we can no longer hang out, period. And you don't have to apologize for the way that you feel. Remember, quality connections matter over quantity. We're going to move on to your intellectual wellness. Keeping your mind active. You know, the mind is an absorbable sponge, so it loves to learn new things. So always try to absorb as much as you can. If you want, go out and learn a new craft. Go back to school. You can get a challenging puzzle. And just remember, your brain continues to grow and adapt even as we age. So any type of new challenge is always good to stimulate the mind so that your mindset does not stay passive. It also stays active. Your spiritual wellness. For me, I'm a Christian, so I have a God that I lean and depend on. Without him, I would not be speaking before you today. So we have to align ourselves, connecting deeply to your core purpose and living in alignment with your core values. Knowing why you do what you do, having a sense of purpose and internal peace, regardless of your external circumstances. Taking about 10 minutes a day to have quiet time for reflection and for prayer, and also to look over the things that you've gone through the day, making sure that you stay aligned with your core values. Financial wellness. This can be a big one. Financial peace, I think, comes with knowing what you have coming in and what is going out. Your financial stability can play a major role in how you feel and how you coordinate your day. Who doesn't want to know that they're going to be able to get all of their bills paid? Financial wellness helps to reduce debt-related anxiety. Keeping things wrote down and making sure you know where your money is going is a major plus. Building an emergency fund also helps. So if you make your budget, you're looking at what's coming in, what's going out, watching all of your subscriptions to Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all these little things that we have to have, and then looking at what you have left over and taking a portion of that and putting it over into your savings account to start building your emergency fund, because life is going to happen, and having something to fall back on to help you is always a plus and good to have. Next, we have occupational wellness. Finding satisfaction in growth and meaning in your daily work. I always say, do something that you enjoy doing. No one wants to go to work and they hate their job, even though sometimes we do have to take jobs until we can get to the job that we would like to have. So in doing so, you may need to go back to school, which is always good because you're going to stimulate the mind. You may want to talk to the manager to see what you can do to move up in the position that you're currently that you're working in. For me, I am in healthcare and I can't see myself doing anything else. I think that the gift God gave me was the gift of compassion. I love caring for people. I love helping people in any way that I can. If I can't help you, I'll find some resources so that you can find the help that you need. So you want to work somewhere where you feel fulfilled and you feel like you're walking in your purpose. Last but not least, environmental wellness. This means creating a safe space for you to enjoy in your home and outside of your home. When you get up, open your blinds, let in some natural light. I always like to do that the very first thing in the morning time. I open up my blinds to let in the natural light. That way I don't have to use the electricity. And if you think about it, you're saving money, which a small portion of can go into your emergency fund. I also like to go ahead and put things away when I'm done with it. That means there's less work for me to do at the end of my day. Creating that peaceful, clean space in your home and your surroundings does help fuel your energy, and you're not working in a cluttered space. When you step outside of your home, you want to make sure the grounds are clean, your yard is clean, so that you're not walking outside to just a lot of clutter, and then now you're having this overwhelming feeling of, I need to get this straight and I need to get that straight. If we just clean it as we go, I know working outside in the yard can go a little different, but you still can put things back in place when you're done with them. The rake, the lawnmower, whatever it is, tools, whatever you're using on the outside of your home, you still can keep those things organized so that they're nice and neat and not cluttered. If there are community meetings, go to the meetings so you'll know what's going on in the community. You'll find out the do's and don'ts. You might even find some resources that you didn't know you have. Again, and then too, you will be socializing. You might make a friend, which goes back again into your social wellness. So you see how all of these things can tie in together to complete your circle of wellness. So let's think back for a moment about all the 8 dynamics of wellness that we talked about and how they coincide with each other. Think about your physical wellness, and if it's ever off, think about how it changes your day. For one, you're not going to move. You're going to stay in bed. You may not get any sleep. You may miss doctor's appointment. You won't make any money because you'll be off work. You're not trying to think too much. You're not trying to clean up your home, your workspace, or do any work outside of your home. You're not hanging out with family and friends. Your emotions are all tied up. You're not praying. You're not walking in your purpose. All of these areas help balance each other out. And when one is off, they're all off. Wellness is not going to be about perfection. It's going to be about being intentional and aware of what areas you need to work on. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to Health Talks today. And remember, your wellness isn't about being perfect. It's about taking small intentional steps across every dynamic of your life. Now, to enter the giveaway for my notepad that I have created, designed with you in mind, titled Believe in Yourself, first make sure you subscribe, and then the first 5 people to leave a review or drop a comment sharing their biggest takeaway from today's episode, I will be contacting you to get your information and putting the notepad in the mail. Share this episode with a friend and pick one area in your health to focus on for 7 to 14 days. Keep showing up for yourself. Until next time, stay blessed, stay happy, keep thriving, and let's find our rhythm together. Thank you again for listening to Health Talks. I am your host, Ira Jeannie, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.